Yeah, so we are live and welcome back to our Thursday. I'm really very excited. Let me just fix my. It's good enough, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Be able to see the paintings and all. That's great. So today we are going to do the CRUD operation. Before that, today we are basically going to go through the tables and all. So it's going to be really exciting today because the real stuff of a database. So that's the actual name, the coolest part. We are going to do that part today. So let me just open the plan here. Yeah, so good evening, good evening. And I think somebody asked me about, are we going to do the joins and all? So yes, we are going to do the joins also from tomorrow. So, and by the way, I'm just going to use this workbench because I felt like that VS Code is little too much for you. So we are just going to use this workbench to write all of our queries and all. So like that's all. No? And I also increase a little bit of the font size as well, so it will be easier for you to read what I'm going to write here. So good evening. Shall we start, by the way? So shall we start? So before I start, I have to like do some formalities, and also first of all, I will just tell you how you can mark your attendance. To mark your attendance, just go here, and inside this description, you will get a link as the one link here. Just click on this thing here. You can find the attendance, assignments, and also a group. So everything related to this course, you're going to just get here only. Na? Everything is in the one place, the one link here. Just click here, just wait for a few seconds and all, and you will basically get to a page and look for the day 3 mark the attendance. Just click here on the scale of 0 to 10 how much you like this session. So I like myself a lot, so I'm just going to give a 10 here. And are you interested in our 6 months of full stack program? You should be, because we are giving 7,000 rupees off right now. So yes here. And if you have any suggestions for us. So right now I don't have any suggestions. I'm just going to go with the nothing and submit the attendance. So that's all. And here you can basically get the coupon code. And these are two of our groups. So if you just want to ask some doubts and all, if you just want to join us, you can just join our Telegram and the WhatsApp group. Both are good enough. And if you just want to avail this coupon, just click on this coupon code, click here on the programs, and it will take you to the two programs, our flagship programs for stack web development and data science. You can just enroll and use this coupon code to get like 7,000 rupees off, right? Okay, so that's great. Okay, that's great. Registration. Yes, so now we can start. Okay, so that's great. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a file. So where's the file? Okay, so I'm just going to share you this file, create database SQL. So what is this file now? This file basically contains the code to create a database, to create some tables, and to put some dummy data. So let me just open this file real quick for you. Open this file. I will share this file to you. Don't worry about that. I will share this file to you. And okay, so just open your Workbench file. Here on the file, open SQL scripts. Yeah, just click on this, open SQL scripts. Just click here and select the file. So where's the file? It's on the desktop. So on the desktop, this file, create database.sql. Just click here. So this file basically contains some code. So it's just going to create some tables. So we are going to create this database invoice table, customer table. We are going to use the database, and we are just putting some creating tables here, and also putting some data inside of it, just to put just so that we can have some dummy data to work with. So everything we have auto like already done. So like create table payments, payment ID, integer, like here we can mention the length of the integer as well. So all of, and by the way, it's, if you don't want to use my database, you can just do the quick Google. So let me just show it to you. So like dummy data scripts for MySQL. Just click here. So you will basically get so many scripts and all, which will basically give you some dummy data to work on. So just start here and upload your schema and all. So just create some schema and just create a dummy data for you. So it's very easy to work here, and you can basically get this thing from the Google as well. By the way, I will share you this file. Just open this file and just click on this like execute icon and just click here. So this file will get executed. And now if I open this thing one more time, don't save this thing. So let me just close this and just open this thing one more time. And this time you will have some databases here. Okay, I think I forgot to execute the script. So just click here, open the file. It's already open, and execute this thing. Just wait for a few minutes and let's see if the code got executed. So it's here. Yeah. Okay, so everything got executed. Just click here to execute everything. No? So everything will get executed here. And let me just open the new panel. Close this, open your database one more time, and you will have all the data here. See, so now I have all the databases. So you can basically Google it. I also just Googled it. I haven't created this all. So I also did a quick Google, like download SQL dummy data and all. So they will just give you a script and just execute that. That's all. So here we have three databases: SQL HR, inventory, invoicing in the store. So let me just do here, show databases. So just to see what are the databases we are having here. So right now we have, let me just put this thing down. So right now we have four databases, five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 databases. Yeah. So let me just use the database. Use, let's say, SQL store. So let's just use this database, execute this line. So we are currently on the SQL database here. And let me just show tables here just to see what all our tables we have. Okay, so we have all these tables: customers, order items, note order item, orders, products, and shippers. So these all are the four tables we have. Okay, so now let me just remove all of this. So first of all, now from today, what we are going to do? We are basically going to do the read part. We are basically going to read the data. So suppose if you want to read the data, let's say from this customer table. So this is the table we are having. So how you can read the data? It's very straightforward. Look for the syntax and type select here, select. Yeah, after that put this star here, asterisk, and from, and mention the table name. So table name is customers, and a semicolon, and execute this thing. So see, this is the data we have here. So like, let me just close this because we don't need this now. Okay. So this is the data we have here. So like we have 10 rows here with ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10, first name, last name, date of birth, phone number, address, city, state, and the points. So I don't know what this points is. By the way, it's just dummy data, so we can work with it. So to get all the data, from any table, what you want to do? Type select here, select asterisk, basically. What is this asterisk here? So we will come to this asterisk part like in a minute. And from, and just put the table's name. So the table name, let me just go with the orders. So orders is, I think, one more table here. So this is the data inside this orders table: order ID, customer ID, order date, status, comments, shipped data, and shipped ID. Okay, so this is the orders table. Suppose, so customers, I don't feel like you will have any doubt here. So select asterisk and from the table name. So yeah, select from and the table name here. Now we need to understand about this asterisk here. So if you just put an asterisk here, we call this star, asterisk, whatever you want to call it, you can call it anything. So what is this asterisk is? So here we can basically mention the columns we actually want. So if you put a star here, and if you execute the query, you will basically get all the columns. See, I'm getting all the columns here. But suppose if you just want to get the first name and the last name. So how you can do this? So I'm just going to put here first name, the column names, na, comma, the last name here. Okay. So now if I will just execute this query, I'm just going to get the two columns only, first name and the last name. See. So if I just put here, let me just put, let's see what all are the columns we had by using the star. So in the customer ID, first name, last, let's just go with the phone number as well. Phone number, address, and the city. So let me just go with first name, FIRST, first name, comma, address, comma, and let's just go with phone as well. Okay, phone. In the order, you will write these columns exactly in same order. You will get the result. So first we will get the first name, then address, and then the phone number. Okay, let's see. Execute the query. So I'm getting first name, address, and the phone number. Okay. So this is how you can basically select the data from any table here. And hope, yeah, that's means all. Yeah. Why attendance 52 percentage? I think because you have marked your attendance. Hmm. Okay, okay. So any doubts still here? Like if you will put a star here, that means you will get all the columns. Yeah, all the columns. But if you put any, let me just go with the city and let us execute it. See, I'm getting all the cities and all. If you put a state, city, comma, state here. And if you execute this, you will get city and the states. If I will just put, let's suppose, states only. Execute this thing. So now I'm just getting the state here. Okay, I'm just getting the state here. So here you can basically use this asterisk to get all the columns. Hopefully no doubts. Okay, that's great. Now let me just modify this little bit of data real quick. So updating part we will cover tomorrow now, how to update. So what can I do? So let me just make this thing as MA. Okay, MA and apply here, apply, finish. So right now what I did now, I just updated this database. Like we will do this updating from our commands and all, but you can also double click here. So let me just double click here and you can type here, let's say CO, and here you will get apply. So apply it. It will basically write the query for you automatically. So this is the query to update anything. So update table name, set, like what is the value you want to set here, updating, and the column name and the field one. But we will do this tomorrow. Okay. So if I will just do up select state from the customers and let's execute it. See, now I'm getting all the states, but if you can see, I'm getting two states like same. Obviously, because two of the customers had the same state, isn't it? So if you just want to get the unique values only, you don't want to get the duplication and all, you can just go over here and type distinct, yeah. Select distinct, the column name from the table name, okay. So here are the two identifiers. So column name and the table name here, and rest of the thing is basically your syntax here. And let me just execute this. See, I'm now getting the only distinct value. I'm not getting any duplication and all. See, I'm not getting any duplicate value. So this is the distinct is used for. So let me just put distinct and let's just also get the city as well now. Select this. So see, now I'm getting where the combination of this. See, this is right now I'm getting two state same, different, same. Why? Even if you have put distinct here, still I'm getting the state same, because if we will see, the combination of these two things is not same. The combination of these two things is not same. That's why we are still getting this thing. If I will just update this thing, so let's just update this to like let me just first of all let's just go with the star here, because I don't want to execute that query, just to update the things. And let's just update the city to wall thumb. Okay, wall thumb, and apply here, apply, finish. And let me just select the state comma city here and execute the thing. So right now I'm getting, see, this combination is same. So if you don't want to get the same thing, just put here distinct and execute this thing. So right now I'm not getting this combination like same. Okay, so that's the use case of distinct. It's very straightforward. If you just want to get only unique things, just use this distinct. It's very straightforward and very easy to work with. Any doubts? Like I'm pretty sure that you can we use the primary key instead of distinct? Aradhana, primary key is actually used to get create the tables and all. So when we will understand about the joins, like tomorrow, I think tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So when we will understand about the joins, we will understand about the primary key and the foreign key as well. So right now we are just get like for now, just use the distinct. I will tell you about the primary key and the foreign key. So we have something called left join, right join, inner join, outer join. So we will cover that as well. Okay. No duplicates value. Yeah, Keshav, exactly. Sir, okay, so this thing, like the first execute button, so there's, what's your name? Cam is blocking the view. So let me just put a message to the team. Right now, I think it's not blocking the view. I can see myself here. Okay, so what I was saying, Umang is asking why we have these two execute statements here. So this first thing, we're just going to execute the selected code. So suppose, if I have, let's say, two queries here. Okay, let's say show databases, show tables, and then this. So if I will just click on this first execute button, it's just going to execute both of the things. Yeah, it's just going to execute both of the things, this one and this one as well. Okay, but and also if you just select something and if you click on this, so it's just going to execute the thing which you have selected here. Okay, so I can just select this and click here, so only the selected piece of query is just going to get executed. Yep, if I will select this thing and if I click on this first execute button, so I will get this thing. Okay, so it depends which you have selected, and if you're not going to select anything, it's just going to execute both of the things. Okay, so if you look closely for some few seconds, here you will see the result of this query, and we will move to this query. So look closely here now, look closely, execute. See, initially I got customer here, that customer here, but the second one is used to, if I have my cursor here, if you have your cursor here, and if you click on the second one, it's just going to execute the query on which your cursor is currently right now. Okay, so you can click here to just execute where your cursor is. So I'm pretty sure that Umang's doubt is clear. So isn't Umang, like user? Yeah, I just covered that. You can upload the assignment here. So let me just show it to you. My SQL online editor. Okay, so you can do the quick Google MySQL online editor, and you can basically write this thing. You can share it from here as well. So run download, just download this, and you can upload this thing on the like Google Drive and all, and you can share this thing from there. If you can log in, you will be having the access to save it as well, and save and share and all. Yeah, so here I can basically run this thing. So I'm getting this thing now. So select run. Okay, so we have to write each and everything, run. So see, so this is what you can do here. By the way, you can just save this file like this, like just click here, file, where's the save button, save script, click on this thing and save this as like assignment day 1. So let me save it here on the desktop, assignment day 1, and save it, and later you can share this file to us. So this is the assignment day 1, you can share this file to us. Yeah, so this is what you can do. Okay, that's now moving. Oh, by the way, Umang, is it your doubt is clear? Okay, that's great. So now let me just move to the next part. Like right today I have like a huge list, because this select statement can have like so many combinations and all. So let me just remove this, and let me just remove this as well, and put a star here for now. Execute this thing. Okay, so what I want, we have this point here as well. So I just want to get the first name, comma, and the points here, and execute this thing. So I'm getting the first name and the points here. What you can do here, you can also perform some mathematical operations as well. Let me just show them to real quick now. So what I can do here, if I just put let points plus 1, or let's say points plus 10 here. So what will happen right now? Let's look for the Barbara here. So Barbara point is 2273, isn't it? Right now the Barbara's point is 2273. Now if I let me just execute this thing real quick, so you can see the Barbara's point is 2273. I can basically perform some calculation here. So plus 10, and if I'll execute this thing, so see the point is Barbara is 2283. So for all the customers the point is actually increased. So let me just do this. So the points is increased by 10. And if you look closely, the column name is also changed here to point to point plus 10. So let me just show this thing to you. So what I can do here, comma, points, what I want, it's points. And the next thing I want, it's points plus 10 here. Let's execute this thing. So see, Barbara, name, like first name, the points here. So these are the points. And the third column says points plus 10. I can also do, let's say, multiply and execute it. So see, I'm just getting multiplication here. Similarly, you can do the subtraction. See, I'm getting the subtracted value from 10. You can do the division as well. See, I'm getting the divided value, and I think you can also go with this module. So this thing you will get the remainders. So if you want to get the remainder, so if you will divide 2273 divided by 10, what will be the remainder? Remainder will be 10, na? Like I'm not really good with my maths, but I think 270. So it will be like 2270, and the remainder will be 3 here. So if you want to get the remainders, use this thing, and you can basically have like whole complete expression here. So let me just put points plus 10 divided by 200, okay, and then multiplied by, let's say, 5. Okay, so I just want to get this kind of result, point plus 10 divided by 200 multiplied by 5. Let's see what we are going to get here. So this is what we are getting here. And like if you know about the rule called BOD BOD. How many of you know about this BOD mass rule? BOD mass. So it actually means it's just going to do the division first. Division. So first this thing will get executed, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. So it doesn't matter in which order you have like used it. So first it's just going to do the division, multiplication, then addition. It's mathematics, fifth class mathematics. It's not related to this MySQL. It's just related to the mathematics. And if you just want to perform some piece of code before, so you can just wrap it inside the bracket as well. So I just want to have this points plus, let's say 500. So just execute this thing first, then we will divide it, then we will multiply. Okay, so like bracket open, then I'm not really, like obviously I'm really bad with math. So bracket open, division, multiplication, addition, then subtraction. So this is the precedence. Now, how many of you already know about this BODMAS rule? And if not, you can just Google it or YouTube. BODMAS rules in mathematics. You will get a fifth class teacher who is going to explain this rule to you. Okay, like I literally did it, so that's I know this. Okay, so first thing I can see here. So what I'm gonna do now, let me just remove this. Okay, and execute this. So like if you can see here, the column name is not really good, isn't it? Like I'm getting the column name as points plus 500. But what you can do here, you can basically provide a different name for this column just for this query. So like I'm getting the column name as the 500, the points plus 500 points here, and the first name here. What you can do, you can basically change the names. Okay, how you can change, like names are not going to change permanently. Just for this representation you will get the different name. So for that, just put as here, as, and a different name. So like let me just put increased, like added points. Okay, POINTS, added points, and execute this thing. So see, the column name is changed. So like this is the point and this is the added points. Okay, so by using this as, you can change the column name for any column. Like I can do this thing for this as well. So this points as, let me just put score here. So what is going to happen, we are going to get a first name, then the second column will be of points, and the title we will see is here is a score. So let's just execute this. See, I'm getting first name and the score. Okay, so let me just do this for this thing as well. So as name, okay, as name, and execute this. So I'm getting name and the points here. So if you don't like the default name, you can just go with this thing. See, I'm getting first name and the points right now. I can just do this names and as, score here. Okay, so that's basically we call alias, yeah, we call this thing alias name. Okay, I'm hopefully you don't have any doubts here. Yeah, alias, Abhijit, you're correct, it's called alias. As okay. Okay, so any doubts still here? So we have covered a lot in very small amount of time. If anybody have any doubt, if anybody wants me to repeat all the stuff till here, you can just ask me in the chat because I am here for you only. Pragful, I will just explain the assignment at the very end of the session. So there's nobody who wants me to re-explain all the stuff. Let me just have a sip of Bonvita. Okay, that's great. So now, first of all, let me just remove this here and let's just go with asterisk for now. So right now, if you can see, I am just getting all the rows, isn't it? I can basically select any column here. So let me just go with the points here, points. So I can select, let's say the points, the column here. But you can see here, I'm getting all the rows. I'm getting all the rows here. So if you don't want to get all the rows, if you just want to get specific rows, so for that, what you can do, you can basically put some conditions here. So look closely, select asterisk from customer where, and let me just put, let's say state equals to ma. Okay, where state equals to ma. So where select asterisk, so select all the columns from the table name customer where, and this is the condition, where state is equals to ma. Okay, so we have two customers whose state is equals to ma, and let's see what we are going to get here. See, I'm just getting the two rows here, and let's just get the first name as the name here. Okay, so Barbara, and what is this name? Ins, what you can INSA, like whatever this name is. So right now I'm just getting two rows here. Okay, so this is basically we are actually going to provide a query. Okay, let me just remove this and save it here. Okay, so you can basically provide any query here. So this is the, and this is we call as a comparison operator. We have comparison operator equals to, lesser than, greater than, lesser than, equals to, lesser than equals to, not equals to, and this is also not equals to. So let's just cover all of these thing real quick. Yeah, so, and to put a comment, so just put this double hyphen here. So what does it means? Just ignore this line. Yeah, just ignore this line. If you just want to ignore any line, just put double hyphen here. So asterisk here, like hyphen and execute this line. See, I'm getting all the data here. So suppose I just want to get the customer whose points are greater than 2000. So how you can do this? Just put a where points greater than 2000 here, and let's execute this thing. So see, I'm just getting all the customers whose points are greater than 2000. Then you can also go with this less than. So I'm now getting all the customers whose points are less than 2000. See, nobody I'm getting here whose points are greater than 2000. Let me just put like first name as name, comma, points here, and execute this thing. See, these all are the names and these are the points here. Like if I can just do this, so in this case I will just get only the greater one. So let me just put here 2273 and execute this thing. So right now I'm getting all the people whose points are greater than 2273. Yeah, or 2273. And if I will just do this lesser than, so I'm just going to get all the people whose points are lesser than, yeah, lesser than, and in this case greater than. Like you may get little, by the way, it's very straightforward, greater than and lesser than. But if you look closely, I am not getting this person whose point is like equals to 2273. So like we have Barbara here whose points are actually equals to 2273. So if I just make this greater than, so I'm not getting Barbara here because Barbara's point is actually 2273 now. If I will just put a decreasing sign, in this case also I'm not getting this person. So we have something called lesser than equals to. So what does it means? Get all the person whose points are lesser than 2273 or it is equals to 223. Okay, so, like it's inclusive. Inclusive means like suppose if I just want to, this is a line and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so this is a line with some points here. Okay, so if I want to get all the people who are less than 7, so I will just get till here. Yeah, less than, because 6 is less than 7. If I will do less than or equals to 7 by using this thing here, by using this here, na, this thing, this here. So what you can do, less than or equals to 7, that it means also select the 7 as well. Okay, we call it inclusive. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's clear to you, and let's execute this thing. See, I'm also getting the Barbara here. So Barbara's pointer actually equals to this, and you can just use this with this as well. Okay, yeah, we are going to do that as well, na? Narendra, don't worry about that. We are going to like, okay. And now what I want, like if you want to get all the customers whose points are actually, let me just change the condition, na? Change the condition to this. So let's select asterisk, get all the people. So it's a comment, so it actually got blocked, this thing, and execute this stuff. So I just want to get all the people whose state is where, whose state is not equals to MA, not equals to MA. So if you want to do this, how you can do this, just use this not equals to. So now right now if I will just do this equals to, so I will get all the people whose state is MA. See, state is MA here. And if you just make it not exclamation mark and equals, so it's not equals to. So you will get all the customers whose state is actually not equals to MA. See, and you can also use it like this. So it is also called not equals to. So either you can use like this symbol or like this symbol. Both are same. Both are same. Okay. So is it clear till here? Yeah, Umang, let me just go. Sir, please show the data of the customer whose point is between. Yeah, Umang, we are going to do that. We are going to do that. Like right now, like next step is for that only. Between, na, Umang. Yeah, we will cover your question. Any doubts still here? So we will move to the next part. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm just like putting a single query only, isn't it? Like I'm just using a single where. So where this equals to this. So let me just use this where the pointer greater than 2000 and execute this thing. Sorry, points. Like there is no state. There is no state which is greater than 2000. That's why I just got nothing there. So points. So right now I'm getting these two. Let me just go with the first name as the name here because I don't want to, and points. I just want to get the points here. Okay, so Barbara and the points. So as you can see, I'm just putting a single condition here, just a one condition. How you can use multiple conditions? Is there any way to use the multiple conditions and all? Yes, it is, and we call it and the or, and comma or here. So you can use this and or to combine multiple conditions. How you can do this? It's very easy, but before that I have to go through the chat. Any doubts still here, so that we can move to this and or? And I have a huge list to cover, so I'm like, I have a list like cover these topics today at any cost. So I have a list here. I think I covered, yeah, first two things here covered. Okay, that's great. Okay. So okay, so now let me just go through how you can basically combine two queries. So like let's just take the example of Umang's na. So he want people whose points are greater than 1000, okay, and where points are points points are less than 5000. Let's go with the 2000 here. Okay, so now I have two conditions, so I can join this. So I just want to get all the peoples are whose point are greater than 1000 or whose points are less than 2000. So I can do this. It's very straightforward. Just in between of these two conditions, just put a or here and execute this thing. Execute. I think I forgot to put here. Well, I am not getting a result. So let me just remove this and execute this. Let me just go with a star here and points, or let me just use some more thing. Let's say name is let's just go with the and. So right now I'm just going to get a proper query like जिसका result आ जाए. So we have a state and okay, so let's just go with where state is equals to ma or state is equals to, let me just remove this, equals to let's say co. So just get all these two kind of people here selected. So see, I'm getting all the peoples whose state is equals to ma or where state is equals to co. Okay, so I'm just getting these two conditions fulfilled here, and you can basically put multiple conditions here. Let's say or where points is greater than, let's say 1000 here. So if any of the condition is true, if any of the condition is true here, we will get that row as inside our result here. See, so in this result, either the state is ma or co. Let me just select some fields here. So let's just select the first name as the name, comma, we just want the points and the state here. And right now, see, either, see, in this particular case, points are actually less than 1000, but we are still getting this result because the state is equals to ma. Okay, because the state is equals to ma. So if any of the condition is true here, so if I will just remove this third condition and if I execute this thing, so see, I'm not getting that person here. Okay, I'm just getting the people whose state is ma or co. Okay, and let me just go through some another condition just to explain you about the and here. So for that, let me just remove this and put a star, execute this thing. So let me just grab the person whose where state is equals to, let's suppose it's equals to 2 co and let's say and okay, and let's say points is equals to 457 here. Okay, and execute this thing. So I'm just getting a single result. Why? So let me just put the first name as the name, comma, state, comma, points here. Execute this thing. Any problems? First name as the name as customers point. Okay. I don't know why I'm not getting any problems. Points equals to, कुछ दिख रहा है क्या यहाँ पे? क्या ऐसे केस में result like ये second time हुआ. Let me just select the first name and the point. First name, comma, state here. Okay, and also comma. I just want to get the points. Okay, so points. So see, I am if I remove this thing, if I remove this and condition, I will get two people, Freddy and the Ambur, because the state is for both of the case co. Okay, and if I put a and here, and means now if both of the conditions are true, state should be equals to co and like point should be equals to 457. In that case only select that particular person. In that case only select that particular row. If I execute this thing, so right now I'm just getting one row here. Why? In this case, the state is co and the points are 457. If I put a or here, or means if any of the condition is true. If this condition is true, like okay, bring on that person, or if this condition is true, like bring on that person. So let me just go with this thing now. Okay. And now execute this thing. So that I'm getting these two things here. And if I put a and here, I will just get a single person, hopefully. I'm just getting a single person, Freddy. Because in the case of Freddy, the state is CO and the points are actually greater than 1000 here. Okay. If I just convert this OR to and to OR, I will just get so many results. So in all of these cases, like points is greater than 1000. See, in this case, points are not greater than 1000. Still, we are getting this result. Why? Because the state is equal to CO. So this is the difference between OR and here. Okay. So this is the difference between OR and AND. Okay, and I can just use this thing. So let's say points is greater than 1000 or where the points is less than 2000 here, and execute this query. So see, I'm getting the result where the points is I think and here. So I'm just getting the result of all the persons whose points are actually greater than 1000 and points are basically less than 2000. Okay, it's like a range. So I'm just using this and to get the people inside a range. I can basically, I'm getting all the people who are the points are greater than 1000. Okay, greater than 1000 and less than 2000. So I'm just getting all the people here by using this and. But like we have one more way to use it. You can just use something called between here. But before that, let me just put a points. By the way, any doubts here, like till here? Between, let's say 1000 to 2000, and execute this thing. I think this is not the way to use this in a MySQL. Okay, any doubts still here? Where no, you cannot do this. What is the name? Suresh. Okay, any doubts here till now? First name, अच्छा first name में दिक्कत थी उस time. Okay, yeah, I have to cover one more thing here. So let me just show it to you. Real quick. Suppose from the customers and execute the query. So right now, if I want to get the first name as first name. So if you have spaces, on a column name, so what you can do, so you can just wrap this thing inside this double quotes, single double both will fine. First name. Now execute it. See, I'm just getting the first names and I have a space here. So this is the one thing. Like if you don't want to use the underscore in your in your column names, you can use this thing. I can also use it. Let's say I just want to get the points as well. Points as score points of the users. Okay, and execute this thing. See, I'm getting the points of the user and I'm having spaces here. So I'm pretty sure this is covered for you. Sir, when we have to use the okay, Korean, let me just cover your doubt real quick. So I think yesterday I told you about this, no? So what is the purpose of this semicolon here? So suppose if I use this semicolon, so that is a complete statement. Yeah, that's a complete statement here. If I will just execute this, so I'll get the result for it. Very straightforward. But if I just use, let's suppose one more query, select, let's say first name as name, and let's say points from customers. Okay, the spelling is wrong. Okay, correct. So if I'll just remove this thing from you, so now if you will get an error. What is the error? Because it's taking these two lines as a single line. So it's taking these two lines as a single line. Okay, so now you are saying to the MySQL that select asterisk from the customer, then select first name as name points, etc., etc. So that's why you are getting an error, because it's taking these two things as a single statement, as just a single statement. And to end that's why we use semicolon here. So that's now if I just try to execute it, I will get an error. See, nothing I'm getting here. So let me just increase this thing. See, I'm getting error here. Select from etc etc error here, and you can get the error here. To end a statement, we always put this semicolon, but like the best practice is to always use this semicolons, na? So let me just execute this thing. First name, like spelling of points is wrong, so let me just execute this thing again. See, I'm getting this thing here, but see, if I'll just remove this, so I will get the error. See, I'm getting the error, but if you use the semicolon, you won't get the error. So like in the last statement, I generally don't use the semicolon because obviously after the last line we don't have anything here. So if you just have a single line, or if you it's the last line, you don't have to require to put the semicolon. But my suggestions to you to always use the semicolon. Right now I'm just typing so quickly, so that's why I'm just forgetting to put the semicolon here. But always put the semicolon. Yeah. So who was the one to ask? The Koel. Is your question is nth? Yeah, Naveen, we are going to do this, na? Nth highest point. So at the very end, so we will cover that. So because for that I have to cover the limit as well, na? Limit, order by, and also offset. So that's okay. That's great. So I think we are out of time. No worry. Like we have enough time tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. So where was I? Okay, select the first name as names, and let's just select the points as well. So let me just cover the between real quick, na? Points from first name as names and the points. So what why I'm not getting the output here? The query is correct now, isn't it? Let me just put the asterisk. Why it is happening? एक तो क्या वो error वाला भी मैं बंद कर रखा हूँ तो दिखता नहीं है. So this is, let me just go with FIRST first name. Maybe it's a spelling mistake, obviously. Like I do a lot of spelling mistakes school में भी और यहाँ भी. Points. So let's just select POINTS points. That's why I use VS Code. In VS Code, I will get a warning there that your spelling is wrong here. Okay. So like if I just want to get all the people where, okay, where the points is greater than 1000 and the points POINTS is less than 2000. Now, if you just want to get some sort of data here, what is the shortcut for this? Okay. See, so instead of doing this whole thing here, what you can type instead of that, just go over here where between, where point, oh sorry, instead of this just type where points between 1000 and 2000 here. And yeah, don't worry about this capital and small, like it's not important. You can just use the capital and small, both the things. So that's not important. Like it's, so see, what is the problem? I think maybe ये वाला syntax, yeah, from the table, yeah. Share this SQ file. Yeah, I will. So I will share this SQ file to you at the very end. So I'll just put this thing on my, what you say, first of all, achha, points, na? Points is the spelling. Oh my god, my spellings are going to kill me. So see, where points is in between 1000 and the 2000. So you can use this as well. So let me just go with 3000 as well. So I'm getting all the people whose points are greater than 1000 and lesser than 3000 here. Okay. Okay, that's great. So I think I also cover have to do this not. So ये भी कर ही देते हैं. चलो नॉट बता दे, छोटे छोटे वाले भी बता देता हूँ. I'll share the SQL file, don't worry about that. First of all, you have any doubt till here? Yeah, Shashank, we will cover the range. We have to cover like range and और भी हो गया है, ठीक है. उसके बाद not है, like we are not, तो वो तो है ही. Limit है, order by है, sending just and like है और regular expressions है. Like ये in भी अभी तो in भी रह गया. तो चलो, like as I told you, it's the biggest part of this MySQL, how you can read the data and all. So this is the biggest part in here. Okay, so let me just cover this thing as well. So right now, if you put this between or any condition, So right now I'm getting all the people who are actually in between of this range. What you can do after this where, you can put a not here. So what this not will do, it will basically reverse the result. So now you will get all the people whose who are not satisfying this condition. So let me just execute this thing. See, now I'm getting all the peoples whose point are actually greater than 2000 and lesser than 1000. See, and you can just use this not with anything. So if I just put this 1000 here and execute this thing, so I will get all the people whose points are actually lesser than 1000. Okay, so my condition was get all the people whose points are actually greater than 1000, isn't it? So I'm getting all the people whose points are actually greater than 1000. I can just put a not here to reverse this thing. So I will get all the people whose points are actually lesser than 1000. It's not necessary to use this not here. Instead of using this not, what you could have done, like just reverse this thing. So by the way, like I have to cover that as well. So that's why I told you. If I put this not here, so it will just reverse that result. I am sure that this thing is clear to you. As points are missing, 5 points are missing. If you want to include this 1000 and 1000, so inclusive now, so in case of inclusive, just write 1001 there and 2002 there. PL and SQL view means, okay, so I have to cover this as well. So SQL just means the structured query language. So I'm not sure about what you are asking on that PL is. So let me just say this. Okay, so it's related to programming language. Yeah, so you're asking about programming language. मैं सोचूं ये PL क्या है? So see, programming language like शशांक like बहुत quickly बता देता हूँ just for you. So PL programming language एक अलग होता है concept. Like we use programming language to create a program. ठीक है? जो एक programming language में क्या होता है कि जब कोई let's suppose you have programming let's say JavaScript. Yeah. So if you let's say JavaScript अगर थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो रहा है, let's just go with Python. I'm pretty sure that you have heard about this Python. So Python is a programming language, and if you write the code in programming language, that code will get converted into zeros and one. That basically could be understood by a computer, and you can create a program. But in the case of SQL, so SQL is a structured query language. So this language is not used to create a program. It is a language which is used to modify and to access, to perform some operations on a database. So by using SQL, you cannot create a program. You cannot create a program. You can just access and modify the data and all. But on the other hand, programming languages actually used to create the programs. And we generally use these two things together. Suppose if you are creating an application, so if you are creating an application, so in that application you will use a programming language to create an application, and you will use this SQL to allow this application to connect with a database, to basically work with a database. So you will have a database. So this is our database, and we will use SQL to connect with the database, and we will use this programming language to actually to create this application. So this is our application. Why my mouse is not working, like it's jerking now? Application, and it's our database. And to create this thing, we will use a programming language, and to connect with your databases, we use SQL. So like lump sum, na? Like यहाँ मैं Google किया तो वहाँ पे programming language show कर रहा था PL में. So that's why I just covered that. Procedure language extension to structure query language. Achha, so you are asking about that PL. So I'll cover that. Like I have no idea related to this because I basically work with NoSQL most of the time. So like I'm a Munstack, like let me just cover that as well. So I'm a Munstack developer, and I work with NoSQL databases for most of the time. Okay, so like a NoSQL database, and like I used to use the SQL, like it's been 3 years, like 3 साल पहले मैं last time SQL use किया था. But SQL is still today relevant, obviously, because the next project I'm working on, I'm going to actually going to use a structured query language there. And the database I'm going to use that Postgres in that particular project. So that's why like it's a quick revision for me as well. So like if you know about a one database, it's very easy to switch. Like both of the things are like 90% same. So okay, फर्स्ट नेम स्पेलिंग या वही फर्स्ट नेम स्पेलिंग गलत कर रहा हूँ मैं बहुत ज्यादा. ओके सो आई थिंक वी आर आउट ऑफ टाइम. सो क्या किया जाए? तो आखिरी आखिरी में एक चीज मैं बता सकता हूँ. सो लेट्स जस्ट गो विथ लाइक. सो लेट मी जस्ट गो विथ सेलेक्ट हियर. सेलेक्ट एस्ट्रिक फ्रॉम लाइक या ऑर्डर बाय बता देता हूँ. चलो ठीक है. फ्रॉम कस्टमर्स. See, I'm getting customers. What you can do now, you can just use this thing called order by, and you can basically mention a field here. So let me just go with, let's say, points, 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 and you can put this descending dissect. So what will happen? You will get all the users order by the points in the descending order. So let me just use the first name. अरे फर्स्ट नेम रहने देते हैं. फर्स्ट नेम में सबसे ज्यादा स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक कर रहा हूँ. Still just first name as the name here, comma points because I want points, and execute this thing. But the fun part in MySQL, if you basically na, if I don't provide this point as well, and I can execute this thing. See, but any other languages now, if you want to use this order by or where and all, you also have to select that column here. But in MySQL, you don't have to do this. So if I can just do this here. So if you're just working on any other relation database management software, in that particular case, if I want to use this point here, I also have to select this here. But in MySQL, it's not necessary. You can skip this through, and it's still gonna work. It's gonna work here. So it's a really good thing we have here. Okay, so what is this order by? Order by is actually used to order your data. You can go with ascending or you can go with descending. So ascending. So now I will get the data in the ascending order. Okay, you can also put some multiple fields, let's say points, and let's just go with first name and execute this thing. So let me just remove this now. So I'm just getting A, B, C, E. So the names are actually ordered by the first name. You can use the multiple fields here. So like now they will going to order by first name and the points both. Okay, so we will cover this order by, and we have something called limit here. So I can also use the limit. So let's say limit of 3 results only. So now I will get only the 3 results here. See, I'm just getting the 3 result. And I think I had a person who asked about the third largest number. So just for you, bro, I'm just going to cover this topic real quick. How you can get the person whose points are the third largest. So I just want to get the limit 3. Okay, so I will just now get the limit 3 by using this. So I'm getting the only 3. Yeah? And I have to order by here, order by points, and in the descending order, dissect. Okay, now I will get the 3 result in the descending order, and you can basically provide an offset here. So offset, like I just want to third now, so let's just go with 4 here, and limit 3. So I can just, instead of doing this, just put the 4 comma 1 and just execute this thing. So you will get the third largest. Huh? So this is the third largest. So that's all. Huh? Limit 4, limit 1, and offset. Let's just go with the offset. I generally write this offset there only. So 4 here. So this thing you will get the one result only. So this is how you can get the third largest, just for a single guy who asked this question. By the way, we will understand about this thing tomorrow in great depth here. You can also get the last one, first one, etc, etc, and you can also get 2 and more. So this is how, like, it's one of the most asked interview question as well. Okay, so that's it for today. We are going to, tomorrow we are going to complete rest of the things in the select. We are going to update our tables and all, how we can update the things, and also we are going to understand about something called joins. So we have something called joins, so we'll cover that as well. Joins, and also about something primary key and the foreign key. So if you want to know more about that two concept, I will see you tomorrow. Before that, just for, so I have announcement for you that we are targeting to achieve 50,000 employable developers by the end of 2025. If you want to join us, please do visit our website. Let's say trainer, LetsUpgrade.in. Right now you will get 7,000 rupees off, so you can get enrolled into our courses. like flagship courses. Remember, like job ready and all the things here. And if you just want to try us, if you don't like believe me, so you can also get our future dev subscription. So it's like a subscription as a Netflix. The costing is just 400 rupees for the 60 days, and here you will get the 8 skills. You will get the certificate for each and every skill you will learn, and these all the certificates are actually verified by IITM Institute and the National Skill Development Corporation. So like it's a big deal. So if you just want to get enrolled here, you can do. And by the way, for before that, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.